so today we will be unpacking the Hellfire Exocet. I just received this earlier today, and if you don't know what the Exocet is, well, basically it is a rebuildable Atomizer style Atomizer, and it was specifically made for the Billetbox Rev 4, this thing right here, and it sits inside at this part, right? So without an atomizer, the billet box will not work. Of course, you know that already. But if you didn't know that, that's something for you. Alright, so let's get to the unpacking. I mean, from the get-go, it's quintessentially Hellfire. It comes in the pink bubbles, which I'm going to proceed and slowly / delicately unwrap as best I can. I have no idea what's inside, possibly some spares from the looks of it. Yep. So we got a pack of O-rings, one big, one small, one sort of post screw, and we have the Exocet itself. Right, so let me just put this aside, and let's look at the star of the show, the Exocet. Okay, so this is the Exocet. It should break down into 3 pieces. The chamber piece. So this isn't a drip tip, right? This is the top chamber piece. Let's put that there. The actual sort of housing unit, which dry O-rings. Never mind. Let me open the other part first. The AFC, airflow control here. Right, that comes off like that, and now the actual deck itself. Alright, there you go. Alright, so broken down, the Exocet consists of 4 main components. The metal parts are all made out of 316 stainless steel, which is surgical grade stainless steel. You get the deck section, which comes with 2 very generous sort of flathead screws. The airflow right in the middle. Let's get this in focus. Right, the airflow in the middle looks huge. It should accommodate your typical sort of direct lung hits. Let's just get a screwdriver to measure that. This is a 3mm screwdriver, and it fits right in. So this, you could safely say, is a 3mm sort of airflow. Very, very smooth. No problem for direct lung hits. And the distance between the posts. Right, let's take back the 3mm screwdriver, and you can see that it will comfortably fit a big sort of chunky build. A 3mm pure Kantha build shouldn't be a problem, and if you're going for a Clapton, maybe I'll suggest going down a bit in size, 2.5mm or maybe 2mm Claptons. Those should fit in well as well. Right, interesting bit at the bottom, you will see the airflow area, and there is a bit of sort of threading here, right? So some thought did go into it, some good thought did go into it. Obviously the threading is there not to thread on the billet box, but to thread on a mod when you are sort of setting your coils. This should fit into any standard 510 adapter, or rather 510 connector, right? On top of that, you have your airflow control ring, and that threads on, I believe. No, it just slips on. And there is a nice bit of resistance here, right? It's not like what you get on the billet bridge racing, where it just spins around uncontrollably. It's a bit tight, so you do get a bit of resistance. You could set it and leave it, set and forget, right? That's what they say. I don't know how big I'm going to open this. Unfortunately, you don't have the option of just leaving one side open. You have to have both sides open, or none at all. So maybe I'll run this at half, or maybe I'll just go gung-ho and go full open. Okay, the next bit, the atomizing chamber cover. Right, this goes on top here. And when attached, you can see on the deck it's milled up in sort of a U shape. It's not a straight across, and that matches up with the top, and you can fit a really fat wick in there. Since you can fit 3mm builds, I suppose you need to have sufficient wicking. Let's just put this again with 3mm screwdriver, and that fits in no problem, right? You will be able to put in a really sufficient amount of wick in there, no problem at all. The last bit is this bit here. It's not a drip tip, although I'm pretty sure you could use it as a drip tip if you wanted to. This is sort of the neck, I guess you call that, right? And this bit will connect to the 510 sort of drip tip adapter, which acts as the negative, right? So the positive is at the bottom, this point. The negative is at the top, this point, right? So let's move ahead and start putting in a build. So since it can accommodate chunkier builds, I'm going to be using 26 gauge Kanthal. This is just some Temco wire, and the reason why I'm using Temco wire is so I have something to compare it against. I'm currently running the Billet Bridge Racing in my billet box, right? And this is using the Subtank RBA here. I'm currently using a build using 26 Kanthal, and I guess the best way to sort of gauge the difference in flavor would be by using a similar material. It wouldn't make sense if I use titanium, even though there are a lot of reports that SSV titanium works perfectly in Exocet. Maybe for a later time, right? So let's get on with the build. First things first, we're gonna undo these chunky screws. Oh wait, before that, we missed a very crucial part. Okay, now if you're wondering what I went to do, basically I went to wash the atomizer. I know that it's something that we usually forget to do in the heat of the moment, you know, unboxing, adrenaline and all that, but you should always wash atomizers. It's just good practice. The Exocet didn't really reek of machine oil when I took it and gave it a smell, but there definitely was some remnants of machine oil there. So remember that, always take it and give it a wash before you use it. Okay, so let's do this. I got my 26 gauge Kanthal. I'm gonna pull off a fair bit. If I can ever get this off. Alright, that should be enough. Okay, snippety snip. And since it's going to be on 3mm, let's do 6 reps. Okay, so let's get this in. Okay, we're going to do 6 reps. So very simply just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want the positive one way, the negative another way. Not side by side like you would on some atomizers, right? And that will sit right above the airflow here. Now question number 1, do I mount it with the coil facing up, or do I mount it with the coil facing down? Good question. I'm going to reckon with the coil facing down, so it's closer to the air hole. I'm guessing that it should go in that way. If the coil is too high, it might touch the sort of top of the chamber, but who knows, right? So simply lock this down and lock this leg down I mean, it's not rocket science. It's a very straightforward build deck. If you use the sub-tank RBA, then it's really quite similar. It's just a bit better. It's much better in quality. And let's make sure that the coil is sitting in the middle. Right, let's make sure the coil is sitting in the middle, above the air hole. Right. Yep. Looks about right. Connections are tight. Okay, so we can snip it off and start pulsing the coil. So let's put this on a mod. Oops. Hit fire. Let's light brush. Coils are glowing evenly. And we are reading 0.72 on this coil. Alright, pretty decent. Now I'm gonna just empty out the tank, the borrow tank on my billet, and we're gonna be in business, alright? Okay, so I've cleaned up my borrow, taken out the billet bridge racing, and one more thing to do before we can actually put it in is to wick this bastard. So I'm just going to take some cotton bacon, my regular wick, tear up a fair bit, let's say about that much. Give it a quick roll. Now this is a fairly chunky build, and because the wick channels are so big, I'm going to be putting quite a bit of cotton in here. Just going to pull that through. Fluff it up a bit on the edges and close that down, right? So let's make sure the wicks don't get caught up there. That's okay. That's okay. Let's press that down. I don't know, I could use a bit more wick on both sides because there's a gap underneath there, and I think that might flood. So I'm just going to pull this apart again, and let's get a chunkier bit of wick in there. Alright, so yank this out. And let's just top up a little bit more cotton from here. Right. Roll that together. Try again. Okay, I wonder if that little addition will make things look a bit better. I don't know, but it's worth a try. Still there's a hole there, but cotton expands. Fingers crossed that will work out. Let's hope it doesn't leak like a bastard everywhere. Okay, I'm going to trim it up. And there. Right. Press it down a bit so it closes off the whole channel. And I'm going to be vaping my last bit of Jamasha. Right. Jamasha by ROC, and this is a green tea base. I have a little left, and I was saving this for something special. I hope the Exocet is that special thing I've been waiting for, right? So let's just prime this up a bit. Okay. And let's get it in. Alright, there goes the base. You kind of fix the AFC. And I'm going to set this to wide open. Clouds, bruh. Now that's in, we put in the neck. And this bit is chamfered. Right, so it should go in much easier. Okay, press that down and lock it to the base. There we go, we have an Exocet all ready to vape. I'm going to slide this up about that much. Should I go all the way? Yeah, let's just do it. Fill this up with the last bits of Jamasha. And there we have it. An Exocet wicked and ready to go. Okay. Put that in. And we get the negative cap on. Nice and tight. Hit fire. We're getting 0.82 ohms. Okay, so at 0.82 ohms, I've just increased the power to about 18.5, and at 18.5 we should be getting about 3.9. Let's push it up a bit, 19. 9.5. Okay, about 4 volts, right? Well, it's the moment of truth. Let's give this a vape. Wow. Wow. Tons of vapor, tons of flavor. I've got to say, I was a bit skeptical about the Exocet in the beginning. I mean, it doesn't look that dissimilar from the sub-tank RBA. Right, this is the sub-tank RBA with the racing kit. And as I said, you know, it looks really similar in shape. But I guess with something this small, it's really all down to the precision of the dimensions. I won't be reviewing this right now since I just got it. I'll be using it maybe for about a week before I do a review. But first impressions, damn, I'm impressed. This is really nice. Really nice flavor, really nice vapor. That worry about the wick not covering the entire wick hole, I guess it was unfounded in a way because I don't know. I'm not getting any flooding so far. I'm not getting that overwicked sort of crackle from the vape, that pop 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 spit back. And it's just a really smooth draw. Alright. Okay, well, I hope this video sort of helps to quench your interest about the Exocet. if you're lucky enough to get one, go for it. It's pretty good. Well, that's all from me today. I'll catch up with you soon in my video blog. So I'll see you later. Bye.